after the presentation of degree candidates, we're going to play the alma mater with the choir. So just pull that up. Yeah, pull that up. Oh, they came out.
As for you guys, just an alto part up an octave, but it's up to you. Do whatever you want. Play it down.
Take things down for now.
1 and 2.
If the part you're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone mark a breath up to bar 4. First phrase or half phrase. And then we'll all take a breath. That's where I got it. You just play it once. So intro for 8 bars, play the tune once. Last bar I'm going to slow down. And last note will be fermata. Questions?
1926. State champions. Hang on to that one. Hang on to that one.
Then there's a prayer.
We'll celebrate in 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's a ringing of more bells. And then posted is fanfare and flourishes 1 time. That's it. So as you're ready to choke me during the processional, you might release some of your anger at any questions? 9:45 is the beginning of
Yeah. Yeah.
15 minutes. That's
Yeah, so the tent is where we hang out, and it should be about, I'm going to guess, an hour and a half, because it's all different this year, like it is with everybody. But, you know, stay there, and, you know, all should be good.
okay, so Bill, can you review the mask?
Oh, mask when you're not playing.
Okay, when you're playing, no mask. When you're not playing, just have a mask on. Okay. Is that cool?
Brian, what time are we starting?
Well, actually,
We're starting at 9:35.
it's better than that. Mask, I don't know why. Mask if you're standing up. But if you're sitting, no mask. Doesn't mean to me, but that's fine. Yeah.
So you're not required to put your ring.
Hey man, I was about to tell Steve last night, which I hate to first rehearsal. Oh, I got Tim playing horn. It was Tim, and then my wife Mary. He's just, I mean, he plays third. He didn't.
Oh, he just didn't. Oh,
yeah, he just didn't want to do
I have
principal.
not seen that guy in like forever.
Yeah, he was going to audition, and then he was happy playing third.
Oh, got it.
Yep, so Tim Papenbrock's playing principal. He was great.
Rock and horn section.
He was great. That's a great cover section. And just the Mozart hype, but it was like so perfectly in tune, everybody's style.
No. And I was like, I think it was at like UNCG. I was trying to get dressed in the green room, and like I realized like I didn't bring like all of my content.
Whenever I start playing the search and directory, I'm just gonna go to the house.
And it's like it's not what starts.
My colleagues trying to get one time, they're like, you're gonna come to a point where you're gonna be out of your
For the first two, you should like
okay.
start out, you know.
Yeah, but we're talking
like just play them down.
I realized
that's what we're doing.
I realized that they said, you know, brass players and
Just like all
vocalists
those
are
weird
usually
like tough
administrators
stuff.
because no, this is right.
Yeah, I get it.
String and piano, they got a
They're
little more
that
longevity.
point, like that.
All right,
You just
you
stop
go
it.
on stage, no one's there.
Because they all be fine, right?
Oh my God.
Unless you can play.
I was putting my stuff in order and I missed it at the beginning because I didn't do HBU last week.
Yep.
We're doing Panther and Flourish's white stuff at the beginning.
Yep.
Straight down and back to the top and play
Yep.
again.
Right. Yep.
But at the end, one of the players
We may do it shorter than this. Yeah. Last time at HBU we did it 3 times, so just get ready. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll hold it. He'll conduct the beginning again and go when Yeah, we just put our instruments away. Is this common? It's kind of granular. This is fake, right?
You're on your own. You started.
I'm not here to
It's weird. It's kind of like a combination.
Well, I guess when they're playing
Like in the next gig.
section.
Always. Like you're going to the beach and sand all
Online.
over.
While we were waiting. There's the name calling. Man.
It didn't take me long. I went playground.
Oxford, this way. Aren't we doing that one twice?
What did you end up doing? Did you just do color balls? Or what color did you do?
Black.
I've done black.
Wait,
Black
you
makes
should
it pop.
keep that one.
They had mine, you're gonna do it. Well, I designed them, and somehow, especially if the yard's really green, it looks great.
Yeah, sure.
But
I've always held fast to that rule,
I guess I put the repeater.
Copperhead.
this morning. I'm like,
That's the first thing you do is the field.
I was like, well, I've got some more right.
And I don't need it for 20 minutes later. Oh yeah. I just spent a fortune on my yard. Double down and put this stuff in.
No traffic at all.
And he was almost asking me to like come on, buddy. So I can finally spray it. So yeah, I had the FOA jacket. And they were like with the jack.
Long ride home.
Yeah. You know, I mean when they were
Blinded out, whatever.
well, I mean I still hung out with that truck. Yeah, I finally left and got back home.
Right.
don't mind seeing.
Movement, 5 minutes. They've evidently not left, so it's more like 8 minutes. Sorry. ready. The bell's going to ring in a second. No more presentations today. There's the bell. Yeah, that's what it is.
Either whatever you want to do.
So maybe 1 minute. Till he comes back. We'll see him come back. Yeah, we'll chill. And then fanfare. I'll worry about that later. Okay, here they come. So, Brian, as soon as they turn the corner, as soon as they're in sight of the audience. Yeah. This is not high point.
This is the day that God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Divine source of life and love, Holy One of blessing, we turn to you at this time of great joy to ask your blessings on this gathering of parents and children, teachers and administrators, members of this educational community, and supporters of this great learning community. We're blessed that the leadership of the college envisioned this gathering. This is a time to celebrate as we slowly emerge from the pandemic and come together to bask in the light of our community. Today we celebrate the accomplishments of our students and the college faculty. They have worked hard under difficult circumstances to complete their chosen paths at Davidson College. They did so with the strength of this sacred community and with the power that comes through trust and faith. We are all branches of the same tree of faith. We come from different places, often pray to God in different languages, but we draw strength from the same source. On this day of celebration, we ask your blessings for our teachers and their students and the students of these students. We ask for peace and loving kindness. And for those who study here and everywhere, may they be blessed with all they need. May there be peace and loving kindness. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehehianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. In my prayer language, blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given us all life, sustained us, and brought us here for this great celebration at this most important moment. Amen.
You may be seated. Excerpts from Sefer Kohelet, the book of Ecclesiastes, attributed to King Solomon. It is better to go to a house of mourning than to a house of feasting, for it is the end of every human, and the living should take it to heart. The heart of the wise is drawn to a house of mourning, and the hearts of fools are drawn to houses of merrymaking. It is better to hear the critiques of the wise than the praise of fools. The end of a thing is better than its beginning. A patient spirit is better than a volatile spirit. Don't hasten to frustration of spirit, for frustration rests in the lap of fools. Don't say, "Why were the old days better than these?" Indeed, it is not out of wisdom that you have asked this. When times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this. God has made the one as well as the other. In my own absurd days I have seen all this. There are those righteous ones who perish despite righteousness, and there are those who are wicked who endure in their evil. Therefore do not overdo righteousness and wisdom. Why bewilder yourself? Do not overdo wickedness, and don't be a fool. Why perish before your time? It is good to hold on to the one without releasing the other, for one who beholds God in awe will let all of them go. Indeed, there is no righteous man in the land who does only good and does no wrong.
This is a reading from the 4th chapter of the Apostle Paul's letter to the Philippians. Beloved friends, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence and anything worth of praise, think about these things. As for what you have learned and received and heard and seen in the tradition I live by and have passed on to you, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you.
Good morning. We are so glad you are here. We're so glad we're here. Welcome to commencement at Davidson College. A very special welcome to our families, trustees, and presidents emeriti who are here or watching from home. I know I speak for our graduates when I thank our fantastic staff who got us through this last year and to this glorious day. They make the Davidson educational experience distinctive, and without them, none of us would be here. The faculty are the heart of any institution of learning, and I'm privileged to work with these brilliant and dedicated scholars who this year transformed their craft so as to reach and mentor every single student. Please join me in thanking our faculty. Way over there. On this day, we recognize members of the college community who retired or who are retiring this year. They represent a collective 316 years of service to Davidson. Watching from home are our retirees Dave Jelinas, Tasso Kasahan, Joe Brandt, Barbara Benson, Cheryl Brantz, Nina Serebrennikov, and Sharon Bird. 4 of our retirees are here with us. And if you're here, would you please stand? Professor Andy Lustig, Miss Georgia Ringel, Mr. Mac Puckett, and Professor Felix Carroll, who has given 49 years, half a century of service here at Davidson. Please join me in acknowledging these talented people. Our gratitude to them is boundless. Today, we remember and celebrate the life of Isaac Scharbach, class of 2021. Who died last summer in a bike accident. We give thanks for the gifts of his creativity, his intellect, faith, and friendship, and we hold his family in our hearts. So, y'all, getting to this day is a really big deal. Be proud. Enjoy it. Be really proud. Over the past few years, you have turned your ideas, friendships, voices, and bodies into compelling works of research and art on the stage and canvas, on campus and in the street, in the lab, the library, and on Zoom, on the track, the field, the court, the course, and in the pool. You've started businesses, marched for racial justice, developed remote curricula for at-risk kids, and you have registered a lot of people to vote. You've published papers, created a beautiful Black Lives Matter mural, won fellowships, and won conference championships. When future students use our archives to recover untold stories, or join a Cat's Care initiative, or learn how colleges dealt with a global pandemic, they will be standing on your shoulders, just as we stand on the shoulders of those who charted our path. You leave a formidable legacy. Davidson is stronger, more courageous, wiser, and more humane because you were here. Yet today is about more than what you've done. It's also about what's next. And you know, I'm supposed to give you advice. Reach beyond your grasp. Seek a better truth. Follow your heart. But you know, after a year like this one, these words seem pathetically naive. They don't speak to what we've lived through here at Davidson, and honestly, they won't help you out there in the world either. The world is vast. It is beautiful. It is all before you. It is not a safe or simple place. If we've learned anything this year, we've learned that. Out there, danger lurks, the past weighs heavily, conflict abounds, the future can seem a murky haze, and our hopes are elusive. The world is complicated. So instead of advice, which I don't have, if it's okay with you, I'd like to share a small observation that I hope will somehow prove useful in what's next. Our society is fragmented, and we like it. Many of us in this country are demonstrating by the daily choices that we make that we prefer to eat, pray, Snapchat, and even read online news with people who are just like us. We don't seem to value pluralism. We crave similarity. Some of us resist even thinking about crossing the lines of class or race or religion or party. And as a result, efforts to build a more just and humane world stall. The status quo prevails. This fragmentation is happening in part, I think, because of how we're orienting ourselves towards one another, the expectations we bring when we engage with one another. Think about it. We go in battle ready. We willfully misrepresent the points of view of people with whom we disagree. We distort what actually happened just to make our point. And when we're talking with strangers or with people with whom we might disagree, we look for indicators that will let us put that person in a box. Is this person a gun owner? An immigrant? Is this person pro-life or pro-choice? For or against the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act? We love the clarity of a litmus test. And many of us want to classify everyone into these stark categories: ally, alien, enemy. This is not a great way to have a conversation. It's combative, it's often disingenuous, it easily devolves into cynicism or contempt for democratic institutions. And if you're a person who likes to learn, it's stultifying. Every person is more than one position, one cause, one attribute. We're all more than one thing. To cram us into a box, you usually have to hack off an arm. At Davidson, we aspire to be different, and you've lived this. Many of you, during your time here, have to live with people who think, pray, and dress differently from you. You've sought this out, and guided by the example of our faculty, you've engaged people across fields, discarding long-held assumptions and devising new frameworks for old problems. At Davidson, our statement of purpose calls us to cultivate humane instincts. Now, to me, humane instincts means that in our initial posture towards other people, we are open and generous, called not to judge or label, but to connect, especially with those with whom we disagree, even with those whose views we despise. Say you and I vehemently disagree about abortion. Maybe we're also both parents who want good public parks. If we get stuck entirely on our disagreement, we'll never know we have any common ground. And that park, it won't get built. This year has challenged our ability to cultivate humane instincts. The pandemic scared us. It made us feel helpless and alone in the face of enormous loss. You lived through this. You lived through it with courage and compassion. And while I know it's the last thing you want to do, I'm asking you to remember these feelings: the fear, the isolation, the helplessness. Because there are a lot of people who live with such feelings every single day, and all of us have those feelings sometimes. If you remember how fear can make us lash out, and how helplessness can make us look for someone, anyone, to blame, if you remember these feelings, what it's like to feel them, and how you overcame them, then your humane instincts will grow robust. You will find common ground that no one else can see. You will courageously chart a path to a more just future. You will lead and serve no matter where you are. So if I were to derive slogan-y advice from my small observation, it would go something like this: live like a human being. There are limits to what humans can know, and truths we've always believed can turn out to be so wrong. No single story can do justice to the complexity of this world or any person in it, and other people's stories can transform us if we listen and let them in. Begin not with suspicion, but with empathy, and you will come to know love. Second, listen before you talk. Making change is not the same thing as making statements. To make change, you need to know the language of the people you want to persuade. Only by listening can you figure out how to build a bridge from your position to theirs so that they can see their way to you. You may give up in the end. Some bridges can't be built, and some people will burn them down immediately. But don't assume this always from the get-go. Everyone's not like that. And finally, don't be afraid. Overcome the fear of what you might lose by choosing to imagine what could be. See the world, unknowable, vast, and scary as it can be. See the world as a place of abundance, wonder, and promise. Believe in a future you can't yet see. And no matter where your journey takes you, you're not alone. You carry all of us, our love, and this special place in you and with you forever. I end with a Franciscan prayer. May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships so that you may live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that you may reach out your hand. And may God bless you with the foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in this world, so that you leave here and do what others claim cannot be done. Congratulations.
Good morning. I am privileged to announce the student and community recipients of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award. These individuals exemplify, quote, fine spiritual qualities practically applied to daily living, usually going to persons who have given unselfish service without due recognition, end quote. Last year, we surprised the 2020 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award winner the student award winner in a virtual celebration. So today, we will recognize the 2020 and 2021 community award winners and the 2021 student award winner. By tradition, the names of the recipients are kept secret until right now. So this is going to be a surprise. So if you hear me say your name and you see your picture on one of these screens, just come up to the stage and I'm going to give you the award. The 2020 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Award goes to someone who is the epitome of unselfishness. So much, in fact, that she might not even like being given this award. She is, we are told, a superhero who contributes her time and energy selflessly and without any interest in recognition or reward, in tireless support of others. She is described as a caregiver, and there's no form of caregiving more universal and fundamental than preparing meals for others. For years, she has been renowned for the meals she prepares for children at the Davidson Cornelius Child Development Center, which provides high-quality, affordable education and care for any child in our community without regard to race, ethnicity, religion, or socioeconomic status. She knows every child's name, is invested in their development, and greets them with hugs and high fives. She has introduced scores of children to quinoa and sushi and vegetables of all kinds, most of which would have been outright rejected at home. She has expanded their palates and set them on a path to healthy eating. Her service to community goes beyond children at the daycare. For many years, she has coached a youth soccer team and has been a board member for the Davidson Farmers Market and has served as chef for the Davidson College Presbyterian Church. She provides boxed takeaway meals to families affected by tragedy or illness, and she continues to deliver prepared meals to local families throughout the pandemic. Her nominators describe her as a valued friend whose strength and counsel is sought by many and offered without condition, and as a dedicated community servant who gives tirelessly of her time and talents. At the recommendation of the Honorary Degrees Committee and the approval of the faculty, Davidson College is proud to bestow the 2020 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Award to Betsy Verhey. The 2021 community recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award goes to an individual who saw inequity in our community and took action to correct it. In 2012, a recipient's daughter wondered aloud how the students in her school could do their homework and projects successfully if their families couldn't afford their own digital technology. Instead of shrugging his shoulders in response or being daunted by the question or the enormity of the problem, our recipient resolved with his daughter to do something about it. Over the past 8 years since that conversation, our award winner has worked tirelessly, and even more so over the past 15 months of remote schooling, to close the digital divide. Through E2D, Eliminate the Digital Divide, the nonprofit he and his daughter established, our award winner has provided technology solutions in the form of laptop computers, broadband access, and digital literacy training to more than 50,000 people in the Charlotte region, the vast majority of whom are students and families in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. He sources donations of laptops to be refurbished, re-imaged, and redistributed into communities with great need. Equally as important is his IT workforce development efforts to hire, train, and employ high school students to work in E2D's technology labs, producing the computers to be distributed in the very communities in which they live. As a public policy advocate, he has pushed the state legislature to focus on digital inclusion as a priority for all North Carolinians, and he is asked to speak frequently at the state and national tech conferences and elsewhere about the importance of digital literacy as a tool for upward mobility and opportunity. Our award winner's work is transformational for some of the most vulnerable members of our community, and his nonprofit is a model for others throughout the country. For all he has done for students and their families, and for exemplifying the kind of servant leadership that is a hallmark of a Davidson graduate, Davidson College is proud to bestow the 2021 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Award upon Spence Pat Millen, Davidson College, class of 1986. Our 2021 student recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award is a senior from Princeton, New Jersey. She received many nominations from a broad and diverse group of students, faculty, and staff who wrote with enthusiasm and passion about her many contributions to our campus and the greater community. From giving up a Saturday to volunteer her time as a Spanish language translator at a vaccine clinic held on campus, to covering extra shifts and taking on extra work in all of her campus jobs, this student consistently puts the needs of others first. One of the recipient's peers said that her compassion and care are unmatched, which is a theme echoed across her nominations. For example, one student nominator said of our winner, "She has been there for me more times than I can count." Another wrote, "She's been a mentor of mine for longer than she knows." She is credited for making Rusk Eating House as inclusive and supportive as possible. All of the students who offered her nominations agreed, this year's student recipient will not let you down and will get the job done by inspiring and empowering others around her. And one of her peers who wrote on her behalf said that she demonstrates how essential empathetic leadership is now in a time where the world is reckoning with crises. Employees from Admission, the Center for Teaching and Learning, the Fund for Davidson, and the library also wrote about this year's recipient. One nominator described her commitment to others by saying, "She is our most dedicated Spanish language tutor." By dedicated, I mean she offered to start tutoring a student a week before the tutoring center was scheduled to open. Another nominator highlighted her work to spearhead a collaboration between Rusk and Turner Eating Houses to create an anti-racism reading accountability group. She is credited for building community, a magical connection, one nominator wrote, amongst both prospective and current students, even virtually. One on-campus leader said, "Her work has had a direct impact on the enrollment of several classes of Davidsonians." One of her faculty nominators noted that her work with the Body Project has positively impacted women on campus. This faculty member also collaborated with our recipient to publish research findings in the journal Psychology of Popular Media. Another faculty nominator cited her leadership of a team of Davidson students that worked with researchers from the Centers for Disease Control and National Public Radio, organizations with pretty high expectations and standards. As a result of our honorees' leadership, the Davidson College team produced reports the clients loved. One of those reports appears now on the Centers for Disease Control website, and our honoree is listed as a co-author. Another faculty member who worked with this year's recipient on her honors thesis wrote, "Working with her has been one of the most rewarding experiences that I have had in my 15 years at Davidson. This is not only because I had the privilege to work closely with a top-notch student who was intelligent, hardworking, and responsible, but also because getting to know her as an individual has pushed me to be a better educator. This is the kind of impact that she has on others. For all that you have done to make this college, this community, and beyond a better place, Davidson College is proud to bestow the 2021 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Student Award to Amelia Emily Rounds.
It is my privilege to present the 2020 and the 2021 Hunter Hamilton Love of Teaching Award. This award was established by Dr. James Presley Hamilton, class of 1954, and his wife, Gray Hunter Hamilton, to honor their parents and to recognize the special joy and enthusiasm that are part of the teaching profession at Davidson. We welcome Isabel Hamilton Owen, who is here with us today. Now I'll introduce our first 2020 Hunter Hamilton honoree. Turning challenging subjects into manageable and fun endeavors is the recurring theme in support of our honoree. As one former student writes, "I put off taking the course because of pure fear. Little did I know it would become my favorite course and best performance because of this instructor's wholesome enthusiasm, something another student describes as truly infectious. Letters detail an engaging classroom method and genuine care for students, personally and academically, an enthusiastic teacher who knows the answers to all our questions and has effective office hours despite it being packed with 10 or more students inside the office and waiting outside the door. The professor also collaborates on research projects with students and faculty alike and has gained national recognition for effective teaching methodologies. An alum vows to honor this teacher's legacy as a professor, mentor, and parent figure by treating all future endeavors with similar enthusiasm, compassion, and leadership. According to another, this person is one to whom many apply the acronym GOAT, greatest of all time. For your skillful teaching, your extraordinary patience and generosity with students, your professional collaboration at the highest level with students and colleagues alike, and your ability to make subjects as intimidating as quantum physics not only comprehensible but fun, we proudly award the 2020 Hunter Hamilton Love of Teaching Award to Professor of Physics Mario Belloni. Our second 2020 Hunter Hamilton honoree. High expectations and unconditional support are elements in the formula this talented professor uses to promote student success. Students describe how this faculty member enables them to overcome self-doubts, feelings of intimidation, and fears of failure. As one student shared, "I doubted my ability to succeed in this class, but this professor's encouraging approach helped me to understand the material and build my self-esteem." A faculty colleague noted, "This honoree balances being firm and demanding, yet kind and patient, going above and beyond in providing a holistic educational experience." Appreciation for the time and energy this exceptional teacher devotes to creating an inclusive class environment is widespread. By integrating techniques that engage, empower, and encourage the learner, this professor truly embodies a love of both teaching and learning. One student stated, "Never has a professor been so invested, not only in my education, but also in me as a person. I feel comfortable talking about academic challenges, accomplishments, and even daily life struggles." Whether inspiring students to love organic chemistry, mentoring students to research questions vital to human health, or advising posse scholars and chemistry honor society majors, This professor motivates students to reach goals they never believed possible. As one alum stated, "Never have I met a teacher more passionate about her field of study, more inspired to instill that passion in her students, more accepting and compassionate to these students, or more dedicated to her students' ultimate success and well-being. For understanding your students' hopes and dreams, for challenging those students to become better people, and for being the mentor your students hope to emulate, we are proud to present the 2020 Hunter Hamilton Love of Teaching Award to you, Professor Nicole Snyder." Now for our first 2021 Hunter Hamilton honoree. The generosity this professor has shown to students and colleagues for decades far surpasses even the spirit of care that we all seek at Davidson. From mentoring center majors and honors theses, organizing book discussions with students, and attending student talks at conferences far from campus, students rave about our honorees' accessibility and unwavering support beyond office hours. One alum recounts, "What makes this professor extraordinary is not just the ability to push students in the way they need it most, but also the desire to be there with them along the way. This professor displayed confidence in me even when I didn't believe in myself." This professor is never too busy to help students. There was one night when this professor met me after my work-study job at 11 p.m. to get me back on track. Even after graduation, students benefit from this professor's wise counsel. One alum wrote, "I know this professor is someone I can contact at any time in my life. As a young person beginning life after college, I can think of little that I appreciate more than this kind of support." Alums are grateful for the critical thinking and effective writing they have learned from this professor. An alumnus currently teaching at Duke University states, "What motivated me to pursue a PhD after graduation was what I learned from this professor, the most devoted mentor I met at Davidson." Our honoree meets regularly with younger faculty for several hours each week to ensure that they are thriving. As one faculty member puts it, he's the most caring mentor a junior and even not so junior faculty member could ask for. For over 3 decades of supporting your students through the ups and downs of their journey, and for pouring your soul into mentoring, we are honored to present the 2021 Hunter Hamilton Love of Teaching Award to you, Professor Dave Martin. And our final 2021 Hunter Hamilton nominee. Students respect and love this professor's teaching so much that it can be said that some of them major in this professor's courses instead of a department. One who has taken 6 classes wrote, Despite teaching courses that naturally sparked heated and controversial debate, this professor was able to successfully moderate class discussion in a way that both encouraged and questioned all viewpoints presented. Given that Davidson encourages the expression of diverse opinions, modeling openness in the classroom is of extreme importance, and students noted that they always felt comfortable and safe in this professor's classrooms. The classes taught me to seek out all sides of an argument, one wrote, to analyze diverse perspectives, and to use the sum total of that scholarly endeavor to inform my worldview. This professor has a phenomenal ability to take incredibly complex material and explain it to students, another said. A master of student-centered learning, one who understands the idea that the best learning occurs when it is self-motivated. The love of teaching is so strong in this professor that more than one alumnus noted, this professor oozed a love of teaching and brings that love to the classroom every single day. The passion was obvious even to another who decided to attend Davidson College after he'd visited the campus during his last year of high school and met this professor. During what another alum called one of the saddest times of my life, his final semester, when his beloved grandfather became ill, this professor was a pillar of comfort and support as I grappled with his decline, accommodated adjustments in my schedule so that I could be with him. His loss still exists today, yet out of that came a lifelong friendship. For her superior abilities as a teacher, advisor, friend, and public voice for Davidson College that has brought a measure of intellectual acuity to the political arena during the last election cycle, Davidson College is pleased to announce the 2021 Hunter Hamilton Love of Teaching Award goes to Professor Susan Roberts.
Mr. Willie Deese, will you please come to the podium? President Quillen, I have the honor to present for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Mr. Willie A. Deese.
Historically, Davidson College has awarded honorary degrees for uncommon excellence, particularly honoring those whose lives and accomplishments enhance the human condition or address contemporary societal problems. In the words of the late Professor Locke White, honorary degrees say to our students, this is what your education is for. This is what we hope for you. Willie Deese grew up on a 10-acre swath of land not far from this campus. He was the fifth of 9 children. His father was a janitor in the Gray College Union, now the Sloan Music Building, just steps away from where we are right now. His mother worked as a maid. His paternal grandfather worked in Johnston Gym, now the Alvarez College Union, and his maternal grandfather was a groundskeeper for the college. His family and his parents gave him guideposts of faith and integrity and a deep belief in the power of higher education. Mr. Deese began working for his dad as soon as he was strong enough to push a lawnmower. On weekends and evenings, Mr. Deese, his father, and his brothers would mow yards until the sun dropped below the horizon. 10 yards, Mr. Deese once recalled to an interviewer, was a good day. After graduating from Northwest Cabarrus High, Mr. Deese followed one of his brothers to North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro. He found mentors and professors who challenged him, and he graduated with a degree in business management in 1977. After a stint at Digital Equipment Corp and an MBA from Western New England University, Mr. Deese began his meteoric rise through the ranks at several pharmaceutical companies. Mr. Deese retired in 2016 as president of Merck's manufacturing division and corporate executive vice president with oversight of 42 manufacturing sites in 30 countries and an annual operating budget of $9 million and a capital budget of $2 billion. He was known for remembering people's names, his brilliant strategic mind, and his commitment to a healthy and engaged corporate culture. Today, Mr. Deese serves on 4 corporate boards and devotes his time and resources to affordable housing and Alzheimer's research. He never forgot his parents' lessons on the importance of higher education or his gratitude to North Carolina A&T. Mr. Deese chaired the university's board of trustees and fundraising campaigns. He paid for A&T to build the iconic clock tower. He set up 3 scholarships endowed over the past 2 decades, helping hundreds of A&T students cover part or all of their college expenses. The business school bears his name, and fittingly, he named an auditorium in his parents' honor. Hundreds of students. Because you live your own saying, when you get to the top, send the elevator back down. Because you model humane instincts and a disciplined, creative mind in your work and in your civic commitments. Because you honor your mother and father and their example in the way you live your life. Now, therefore, on the 11th day of May in the year 2021, Davidson College honors you, Willie A. Deese, and names you Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mr. James Ferguson, will you please come to the podium? President Quillen, I have the honor to present for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Mr. James E. Ferguson II.
James E. Ferguson II was born in Asheville into the Jim Crow South, and his yearning towards justice and equality became evident early on. While still in high school, Mr. Ferguson worked with fellow students to form the Asheville Student Committee on Racial Equality. The group of young people successfully desegregated department store lunch counters and other Asheville public facilities, including libraries and parks. He went on to become student body president at North Carolina Central University, then known as the North Carolina College for Negroes, and received his degree in 1964. Mr. Ferguson received a law degree from Columbia University Law School in 1967. He moved to Charlotte and became a founding member of North Carolina's first integrated law firm. In his early days of practice, Mr. Ferguson led the defense in one of North Carolina's most well-known criminal trials, the Wilmington 10. This case involved America's first political prisoners of conscience, as declared by Amnesty International. 40 years later, he secured pardons of innocence for each of the defendants. Beginning in 1986, during the apartheid era, continuing through the presidency of Nelson Mandela, and still today, Mr. Ferguson has served as co-founder, coordinator, and faculty member of the Trial Advocacy Program for Black Lawyers of South Africa. This initiative shares essential litigation skills with Black South African jurists seeking legal and social justice. Mr. Ferguson has been recognized in every edition of the Best Lawyers in America. He won a Judicial Declaration of Innocence for Darrell Hunt, who spent nearly 20 years in prison following a wrongful conviction for rape and murder. In 2018, Mr. Ferguson filed and resolved a contentious police misconduct action against the city of Asheville. Seeing ongoing tensions in Asheville between law enforcement and the African American community, Mr. Ferguson has made his birthplace a point of focus along with his adopted hometown of Charlotte as he pursues his vision for expanding restorative justice. Today, he works with experts, local leaders, and residents to apply principles of this philosophy in pursuit of broader healing in both communities. Because throughout the course of your life, you have sought justice, truth, and reconciliation. Because you generously share your knowledge to empower and equip others to do the same. Because you continue, persistent and unflagging, in the work of addressing inequality and injustice wherever you see it. Now, therefore, on the 11th day of May in the year 2021, Davidson College honors you, James E. Ferguson II, and names you Doctor of Law, honoris causa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dean Halim. I'm the senior class president, and I currently have the honor to announce the class gift. Every year, Davidson seniors give back through the senior class gift. Each of us has benefited from the generosity of the extended Davidson community, and the Fund for Davidson supports scholarships, experiential learning, such as internships, fellowships, and research grants, diversity and inclusion initiatives, health and well-being, the arts, and athletics. It is my pleasure to announce that our class has contributed more than $1,300 to the Fund for Davidson. This symbolizes our entry into an alumni community that is among the most generous in the nation and has enabled many of our experiences over the past 4 years. We look forward to continuing this tradition and thank all who have started as donors for the senior class gift. And now I have another 3 minutes, so I figured I should talk about what it is that our gift should be personally moving forward. And as I was thinking about what it is we should give and what it is we should contribute, the thing I kept coming back to is the first line, the first premise of Thomas Aquinas' Summa Theologica. And that premise is do good and avoid evil. From this premise, Aquinas derived an incredible set of ethical values and precepts about the world. And of course, the line sounds trite, do good and avoid evil. That's something everyone knows, it's something we can all do, but it's something our world is uniquely suited for us to not do. Google had at the beginning of their code of conduct the 3 words, don't be evil. But when times got hard and when they had to make hard decisions, they moved it to the end because don't be evil was somehow too much to live up to. As we go and we enter into the world, we have the choice. Where is the premise, be good and avoid evil? Will we keep it first? Will we make it our mission to be good in this world? Or will we move it to the end when hard things come? And hard things will come. Right now, we're graduating into a tough economy. Many of us are choosing between tough options. We're choosing where to go to school. We're choosing what it is we're going to do with the rest of our lives. It's hard. But at the end of the day, we have to make a choice. And we have to put the right thing first. It should be easy. But in every decision we make, in what we purchase, and where we go, and in what we do with our lives, we can either center St. Thomas of Aquinas, we can center Martin Luther King, we can center all the great people who we know in our hearts have done that, or we can go the route of Google and put it at the end for convenience. In our 4 years, we have been empowered at least with the ability to discern what is right, to at least know what is good, or at least have a general idea to move forward with. We need to use that power, and then we need to use it for others. For when we use it for others and do the right thing, we will be able to change lives. Knowing so many of you, I know that that's a choice we can make. Thank you so much for letting me be your senior class president and be up here. Congratulations, everyone.
Will those students who are candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand? President Quillen, I have the honor to present these students who are candidates for the degree of Bachelors of Science under the requirements set by the faculty.
By the authority of the state of North Carolina, with the provisional approval of the faculty, and with the consent of the trustees, I confer upon you, effective May 16th or August 31st, the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto.
Catherine Marie Aberly. Patricia Christine Aberly. Jose Manuel Abiad. Hannah Zied Aldasuki. Emma Nicole Elites. Christopher Javier Alvarez. Daniel Alvarez Olachia. Kevin Dean Andrews. George Bailey Autry III. Anna McNair Avenger. Aniton Awe. George Camera Azrak. Mohammed Hosseini Rajabar Bakshanda, in absentia. John William Baldwin. Wiley Bagsdale Baskin. Carolyn Joy Barbarian. William John Berkey. Anne Foxworth Bernard. Owen Christian Bizik. Margot Emerson Blanchard. Peter Thaler Bloomberg. John Sterling Blue. Samuel Marshall Bach. Jalen McCow Bowden. Andrew Carroll Brantley. Emma Therese Brentjens. Keelan Raquan Brown, in absentia. Lindy Catherine Boosterbat. Genesis Canela. Charles Liam Carrica. Jake Patrick Carver. Jack Christopher Casey. Sarah Gray Castle. Demetrius Havusis. Queena Chen. Zong Chi Chao, in absentia. Chong Hu Cho, in absentia. Rebecca Grace Cobo. Grace Ellen Coleman. Marion Christine Komamura. Edwin Parker Conquest III. Carson Nicole Copeland. Julian Rose Catone. Austin Robert Craig. Elena Jane Daniels. Patrick Stabler Danielson. Sadine Dunkwa. Elena Elizabeth Davidson. Robert McCallan Davidson. Victoria De Angelis. Nicholas Cord Dillon. Lucy Rochelle Dixon. Sarah Catherine Donovan. Attila Cuco de Santos. Timothy Stephen Douglas. Morgan McKay Dunnigan. Anthony Joseph Ekdahl. Aiden John Edmondson. Soren Dubrovsky Emerson. Colin Patrick Ariti. Lucy Melanie Fasano. Cole Joseph Ferraro. Evan Christopher Frank. Ebony Juanita Freeman. Mary Catherine Gallagher. Wilbert Rodmans Garcia. Madeline Elizabeth Gacho. Adam Winston Gelman. Virginia Alexandra Garrett. Elise Irene Germany. Mariana Grace Giardelli. Joshua Allen Gilpin. Audrey Elise Grammel. Richard Hayden Granger. Caleb Matthew Grinko. Annie Catherine Griffith. Richard Anthony Guerrero. Colin Christopher Hare. Valerie Eileen Hayek. Cameron David Hall. Corinne Ann Hammett. Sarah Michelle Hancock. Mira Villamore Hartshorn. Rebecca Burke Helfand. Rachel McCoy Hendricks. Minkara Shindwa Nellie Henry. Benjamin Lee Hauser. Willis Jenkins Heidel III. Max Parker Higgins. Miles Gerard Holleman.
1-9-0-6.
Summer Lee Holmes. Sean Matthew Holton. Bimini Pearl Horseman. Sabid Muntasar Hussein. Andrew Justice Hoyle. Kevin Heisey Huang. Emily Kathleen Jewell. Kate Blackwell Kilpatrick. Nicolette Coster. Braden Scott Cronum. Nicole Alexia Krikanev. Daniel Gaben Lamins. Ethan William Landon. Louis James Laniak. Mary Miller Lassiter. Sophia Di Benedetti Levitt. Amanda Francis Lee. Jennifer Lee. In absentia. Zane Matthew Lipke. Samuel Carl Lindsay. Anna Catherine Linzel. Nathaniel Ashford Little. Catherine Eleanor Laurie. Sarah Isabel Latsey. Claire Coveting Mackey. Eleanor Eve McIntosh. Hannah Hayes Millard. Eleanor Coco McCall. Brigham Brian Rodney McKee. Melanie Lynn McKenzie. Samuel George Macklin. John Anderson McNeil, Jr. Jackson Thomas Miller. Taylor Jordan Mingle. John Corlin Morfitt. G.E. Mo. Tamara Morad. Savinia Helen Nanfet. Angelina Teresa Nyberger. Nijay Clifton Nelson. Jonathan Nicolo. Morgan Tyler Osterick. Jake Lauren Paz. Olivia de la Nieves Pelaez. Destin La Jordan Peoples. Grace Elizabeth Petty. Helena Aquila Phillips. Suitor William Phillips. Courtney Lynn Potter. Carrie Leanne Prinos in absentia. Zhu Chi. Killian John Quinn. Cameron Scott Rankin. Macaulay Grace Reardon. Allison Hope Roberts. Andrea Chavon Robinson. Maria Fernanda Rojas. Maxwell Franklin Rovink. Martha Murphy Urbich. Sneho Saha. Maxwell Wood Saucier. Jordan Alexander Scott. Sarah Helen Shepard. Alexa Jane Shreve. Sydney Cheyenne Simmons. Danny DeFerno Simpson, Jr. Alexander Lucius Sinks. Nathan Ife Sue. Catherine Powell Smith. Kaiten Michaela Soden. Pavel Dmitrich Sonkin. William Gregory Stotendijk. Liam Scott Staub. Lindsay Grace Starber. Michael Shane Stillwell, in absentia. Alexander Clemente Suarez. Carl Daniel Suko. Sydney Jane Swarenden. David Alexander Flo. Claire Elizabeth Tobin. Roy Elizabeth Traub. Eleni Titanidi. Daniel Carl Valmesi. Carlos Daniel Vegas. Maximilian Robert Verling. Nikhil Subhash Varoni. Allison Marie Velker. Joshua Gordon Wallace. Benjamin Sturdivant Warlick. Ariana Satra Wasret. Ryan Scott Westman. Drake Christopher Wheeler. Carolyn Benton Willis. Annabelle Rose Winters McCabe. Sophie Janet Wolf. Benjamin Ruchi Yokoyama. Joshua Junmo Yoon. Jun Huk Yoon. Yu Tong Chong. Yi Shi Chong. Tiny Zhu. You want to hold these? Will those students who are candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please stand? President Quillen, I have the honor to present these students who are candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts under the requirements set by the faculty.
By the authority of the state of North Carolina, with the provisional approval of the faculty, and with the consent of the trustees, I confer upon you, effective May 16th or August 31st, the degree of Bachelor of Arts, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Yay.
Saida Jamila Abdul Aziz. Ann Shepherd Adragna. Alexandra Dorothy Aiello. Donald Lizanne Aiken. William Chester Alexander Lee. Zain Khalid Alcor. Christopher Mark Amoroso. Ian Lawrence Anderson. Shannon Ashley Anderson. Elizabeth Francis Lane Anthony in absentia. Quinn Margaret Ardestra. Leo Eaton Artis. Laura Kendall Arbery. Sarah Gorman Austin. Julia Patton Bainham. Kimberly Abril Tatiana Bajo. Julia Danielle Bailey. Rebecca Sue Bass. Todd Jacob Biederman. Vivian Amelia Bowe. Catherine Jennifer Bain. James Francis Boyle, Jr. Isabel Hills Bradbury. Jared Lamar Brannon. Claire Elizabeth Brantley. Davidson Barnes Braswell. Daniel Lawrence Brennan. Jan Alexander Brentjens. Ezra Manuel Brody. Garnet Elise Brown. Charles Brady Buckley. Luke Tyler Burton. Benjamin Charles Caldwell. Duncan McLean Campbell. Mary Elizabeth Patterson Campbell. Olivia Janice Carey. Kieran Sean Casey. Sydney Renee Champagne. Alexander Chan in absentia. August Van Dyke Chapin. Hugh Michael Chatham, Jr. Tyler Andre Chisholm. Grace Yang Cho. Urim Chung. Kieran Patrick Clark. William Powell Clark.
Right here? Over here.
Courtney Eva Clausen. Corey Nikolai Cochran. Grace Marie Colley. Carter Spaulding Collins in absentia. Laura Austin Collins. Edward Austin Ashton Cotronis. Michael Ellen Condolis, Jr. Elizabeth Patricia Crossley. David Belser Dameron. Daniel Antonio D'Amico. Eleni Hope Daughters. Ramona Melody Davis. Meredith Flora Grace Day. Veronica De La Mora. Chloe Marie Debuse. Anthony Michael Del Corso. Joseph Andrew DeMartin. Lucy Florence Catherine Davaley. Anisha Dungana, in absentia. Jamie Alex DeLuzio. Harrison Allen Dinsberg. Laura Michaela Doe. Nathan Shanknan Donzi. Olivia Sarah Doran. John Raymond Doherty. Jack Delaney Dow. William Taylor Drake. Quinn Thomas Dudek. Hannah Karen Dugan. Wesley Darrell Duggar. Andrew Evan Easterlin. Landy Kinsey Eldridge. Thorold Calvin Elliott Jr. Cameron Alexandra Ellis. Charles Duncan Engelhardt. Nathan David Engstrom. Jessica Danielle Epstein. Taylor Donovan Inhart, in absentia. Michael Anderson Faulkner, in absentia. Anderson Hakon Fedke Johnson. Kelly Elizabeth Fitzgerald. Daniel Gaston Flair. Rubens Antonios Fontes. Marnie Nicole Foster. Ariana Claire Franchek. Sawyer Cavan Gavney. Raul Galvin. Andrew Lansdowne Gardner. Benjamin Wilson Garfield. Maya Ray Garrett Peters. William Stephen Gary. Nile Naresh Gatlia. Mary Carolyn Gilliam. Anna Katrina Glittenberg. Benjamin Alexander Gomez. Sofia Gonzalez Leal. Catherine Jackson Goodall. Evan Daniel Gooseman. Killen Benedict Grady. Shelby Nicole Graff. Abigail Piper Graham. Alexa Catherine Green. Liliana Cameron Green. Grace Lena Greenwald. Erica Taylor Greason. Jennifer Nicholas Griffin. Catherine Mabel Griffin. Caitlin Marie Gund. William Garrett Hafke. Alyssa Youngmi Hung. Dean Niemer Halem II. Thomas Crane Hammonds. Eamon Patrick Hanrahan. Sadie Fountain Hardin. Alexander Edward Lloyd Harrison. Sarah Rose Harrington. Graham Stephen Harris. Zoe Elizabeth Harrison. Sarah Elizabeth Hefner. She's not here. Min Hang Ho. Camille Christine Herring. Zachary Keith Hester. Emily Wilson Hoke. Jacina Shai Hollis Borges. Kotoro Hiroyuchi in absentia. Raven M. Hudson. Deshawnee Alicia Hughes. Ogekuchu Adaza Abida. Zachary Noah Idris. Jonas Myers Jacobson. Lorena Miller James. Alexander Edward Job. Taryn Lee Johnson. James Atkins Bates Jones. Jacob Gray Young. Natalie Ann Jr. Joshua Aaron Caskey. Robert Dylan Kaynor. Clayton Dean Kent. Samuel Hun Woo Joseph Kim in absentia. Tate Ian Kipperman. Cody Jeffrey Kirbride. Sarah Jane Klein. Julie Rose Kennard. Michael Richard Kazuski. Finley Douglas Carter. Lee Edward Cromer. Edwin Victoria Kroll. Dahlia Emily Krutkovich. Michaela Chapman Kurtz. Adrian Lee. Jason Andrew Lee. Christine Morgan Leeds, in absentia. Remington Jean Leonards. John Crossan Liner. Nicholas Aaron Leon. Cameron Robert Leslie. Sarah Emily Leave. George Herman Lewis. Chu Ray Lee. Lorraine Yvette Liang. Jared Alexander Lindo. Grace Caroline Lore. Garrison Angus Look. Alexander Christian Loop. Jennifer Lopez. John True Lovelace. Isabel Kathleen Lozano, in absentia. Emma Francine Lynn. Douglas John Kinlock McIntosh. Philip Gregory Robinson McLemore. Elizabeth Comer Malone. Chin Ya Mao. Azella Anna Markgraf. Alexandria Mariana Marsokovateri. Carolyn Grace Mata Warren. Maria Eugenie Marvero Diva. Camden Boone Mazzoni. Michael James McKellen. Catherine Riley McGovern. Anna McKenna McGuire. Sydney Lauren McKenna. Maxwell Alexander Mead. Marissa Claire Mickey. Henry Meza Flores. Abigail Rinker Miller. John William Miller III. Julia Marie Miller. Owen Cathal Mills. Danae Monique Montgomery in absentia. Brooks Woodcock Moore. Harrison Mitchell Moore. Nicholas Park Moore in absentia. Satchel Marcellus Moore. Alan Itzamatul Morales Loyola. Emma Manley Morrington. Stephen Walker Mostick. Daniel Patrick Murphy. Alexa Sarah Carol Nanan. Zavar Nasir. Gabriel William Nang. Olivia Catherine Nang. Nathaniel Nestor Roque Nido. Sophia Elise Nissler. Andrew James Note. Leslie Gershon Kumla.
Let's go, Leslie! Let's go! I love you, bro!
Brian Ortiz. Damian Otashevsky. Burton Henry Owen. Samuel Maxwell Owuzi II. Yash Himang Parikh. Margaret Jean Parker. Lillian Adele Patton. Sophia Grace Payne. Andres Eduardo Paz Ramirez. Gretchen Marguerite Pearson. Nicholas Peoples. Moen Pung. Elena Grace Pennybacker. Tyler Jacob Feltz. Maya R. Pillai.
Right here.
Chloe Elizabeth Pitkoff. Haley Elizabeth Dole Place. Yara Liliana Quezada Marino. Dania Raju Ragachar. Samuel Rose Ravina. James William McDonald Riley. Tess Elizabeth Ryman. Ann Augusta Rittenauer. Samantha Rose Ripley. Marco Polo Rodriguez Gomez. Maria Leonor Rodriguez. James Harris Rogers. Margaret McGee Roman. Alexander Benjamin Ross. Olivia Mannion Rastagi. Lillian May Rothman. Amelia Gillespie Rounds. Nabil Saad. Gordon Matthew Sandoff. Gabriella Christine Sarusi. Kim Lee Savage. Brian Kimutai Solway. Emmeline Madison Schaefer. Sabrina Rose Shamroth. Zachary William Shayway. Christian Ragnar Schmidt. Lucia Rose Swartz. David Gordon Scupham. Christia Nanaya Safa. Mary Grace Shannon. Addison Olivia Sharp. Jack Sachs Sheehy. Margaret Sims Sheehan. Dayton Winfield Simmons. Matthew Wells Singleton. Frederick Siplin III. Emmett Wilson Prelly Sklar. William Eugene Smith IV. Sebastian Marcelo Soleil Salah. Hung Song. Mitchell Barnard Stanek. Ian Robert Stimpert. Langston Tyler Stevens. Paul Gilbert Stouffer. Betsy Ann Sugar. Patrick Madara Sullivan. John Thompson Swinson II. Patrick James Tabor. William Joseph Tabor. Lucas Allen Tanaka. Lavaslu Akoy Tenjong. Julia Elizabeth Taylor. James Jarman Taylor. Maya Valley Tatali. Anna Corbin Thiesing. Daniel Jeremiah Thomas. Gabrielle Annalisa Christina Thomas. Sarah Jane Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Cole Farrell Thornton. Stuart Timothy Till. Ogden White Tipson Jr. Jorge Torres Bayaba. Mary Elizabeth Toure. John Edwin Turlington, Jr. Helen Bryan Turnage. Katie Ann Turner. Benjamin Albrook Alfers. Samuel Michael Valeka. Leslie Vergara. Carmen Marie Wagner. Jacob Douglas Walker. Roy Aubrey Walker. Lucy Evelyn Walton. Carolyn Francis Webster. Marcus Shywan Whipple. Clement Reeves McFarland Williams. George Todd Williams, Jr. in absentia. Carrie Wendell Winfrey. Stephen Michael Wolf. Catherine Grace Woodruff.
Thank you.
Allison Taylor Woods.
Thank you.
Sarah Gail Woods. Kathy Shu in absentia. Nina Shanjin Yao. William Ferrano Yo. Edward Andrew Zeliski. Lyden John. Michelle Joe. Albert Zhu. Alexandra Katie Zarines in absentia. That's it.
Congratulations, class of 2021. Today, we celebrate your joining the company of those known to have enjoyed in unusual measure the privilege of scholarly training and liberal learning. We ask that when you receive your degree, you treat it as a sacred trust, the emblem of your obligation to serve. Hold it with honor to yourself, in loyalty to your alma mater, and in fidelity to God, to your country, and to all humankind. Please stand as the chorale seniors lead us in the alma mater.
Please join me in our closing prayer. Merciful Creator, bless us and keep us. Look with favor upon us as we go our separate ways. Be our guide throughout the sacred journey of our lives, that we may walk in paths of compassion, faithfulness, and truth. And grant to each of us abiding hope, peace, and loving kindness this day and always. To you be glory now and forever. Amen.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
Congratulations.